Hello, hello. This is Irene with SaugaTalks today. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. This is very cloudy morning in Connecticut, and I am here with my fantastic guest. First of all, I have to remind you that I speak weekly with fascinating people in tech, and we touch on tech trends. We're touching on interesting opportunities for businesses, for companies, small and large, that this tech advancement provide. And we talk about people, if they're willing to transform and look into digital future, or people hold on to their own baggage of baggage in a way that we're humans, we don't want to transform. So today we're going to continue this conversation with Nathaniel Schooler. Hello, Nathaniel. How are you today?
Hello, I'm very well. And I really appreciate you inviting me to join you, Irene.
Oh, this is a pleasure. This is my pleasure to have interesting, fascinating people who can share some opinions and some stories about tech and about humans in tech and humans who are not in tech, but maybe they want to get closer to tech. And that's what we're here for today. So welcome. Thank you. Thank you very much. So Nathaniel, I forgot to mention to our audience that you are a futuristic podcast host. You're a writer, you're industry analyst, so you go broad and you go deep into the subject matter. So that makes me extremely excited. What are you working on today?
Super. Well, at the moment, I'm in the middle of a series where we are discussing audience intelligence, the secrets of audiences, and how marketers use these tools. What tools there are out there, how they tie them all in together with multiple channels and all sorts of kind of geeky stuff like that, right? But, over and above that, I'm working on all sorts of things, editing some blogs. I'm writing a chapter for a new book on, which hopefully I will make the cut, right? But I wrote 1,500 words, and then the lady was like, "Oh, it said 3,000," and I was like, "Oh, I'm really sorry." So I've kind of just madly like edited it and expanded that blog out really. But when I was at school, like I had an English teacher, and we used to mess around at school a lot, right? And in this particular school, this English teacher, he would tell me every time in his English class that I would be cleaning toilets. And he'd say, this is, I don't like to swear, right? But he'd say, "You're going to be cleaning bloody toilets, boy." And he'd say this to me every class, right? And I can't say that was hugely motivational, to be perfectly honest. So I didn't really know how to write anything in terms of blogs or anything like that. All I could write was a sales letter, right? Like that was pretty much it until I reached the age of 30, 35, I suppose, 36. And I read the book by Seth Godin called The Icarus Deception. And in that book, it basically talks about how, you build your audience and you speak to one or two people, and those people, they are your audience, right? And it was really motivational. So I literally just started writing. And then probably about 3 years, maybe, 3 years later, IBM asked me to write some blogs for Think Marketing, which was a marketing blog. I know you know a bit about IBM and their Think Marketing project. And they asked me to write these blogs, and I was over the moon. I couldn't believe it, because Seth Godin was also one of the people who wrote the blogs in the beginning, and I was just over the moon. I couldn't believe it, and it's so it's like, I'm not a techie, right? Like I'm not a programmer, yeah. And 10 years ago, well, 12 years ago, I was in the wine industry, right? So I come from a completely different angle. I don't have fixed opinions about, or I didn't have fixed opinions about things. I still don't. And I think that there's far too many people in the tech industry that use acronyms that nobody understands. They look down their noses upon people who are entering the industry in many ways, and are quite rude, actually, to new entrants in the industry. And I think that all of that pomp and ridiculous behavior needs to stop. And these people need to just get a grip, yeah? And tech is supposed to be good. It's supposed to help people. It's not supposed to be this kind of industry where, you know, which is just an anomaly to people. It should be friendly and it should be open to all, as far as I'm concerned.